Afternoon. It's George Heller, West 80 South Poles. Yeah, it's windy, really windy. It's like 19 degrees out, but super windy. Or I guess it's only 16. It went drop down, so. But as you can see here, there's not a whole lot of wind back in here, I guess. This is kind of like, I guess it's kind of like our barn, I guess. Our open air barn. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. It's, this is on the western edge of our property here. It's down, this is a swamp here in the summertime when we actually get rain. It's probably pretty dry. Well, there's no water in here now. I don't even see any ice or anything. But what we got in here is we got a bunch of scrubby willow brush, ash trees. There's an ash tree right there. Reed's canary grass. And I don't know if you can see that tall tree back there that my finger is pointing at. That's yeah, that one right there. That farthest one away. That one's over on the perimeter. That's probably real close to the fence over there. So it's probably, I don't know, 500-600 feet over there or so. This it's kind of a strip that goes all the way along the western edge of the property. And that's where we're kind of been camping out. Yesterday I was able to get some hay put out in the, kind of out in the open because it wasn't windy and it finally warmed up some. But now we're back. I fed out some hay. We'll go out there in a minute, but we fed out some hay out. I was pointing on the wrong side of the camera. Out there, we got some hay laying out there for them. We fed this morning, but I mean, you can see when you get down in here, this is just peachy down in here. I mean, there's no, you can see where they were standing here. And they were laying, looks like they were laying down right back there. They walked around the back side of that and were laying there. And I mean, right here, there's like no wind. This is a little bit breezy, but they kind of like a little bit of a breeze. Sometimes, well, just on the way into town and drove by a spot where they were out feeding some cattle. Kind of in the open, they had windbreaks and everything set up for them, doing a good job that way. So there's one old cow just sitting out in the middle, just as happy as could be, just getting blown in the wind. She must have a real good heater inside of her, but no, we're looking forward to warmer weather, I guess I would say. Winter's good and all, but I went to some event on Thursday talking about grazing, and now I'm all itchy to get grazing now. I just getting all antsy, and that's bad because it's not February yet. We still got good 5 months before we're gonna see any grass. So it's good, and good that I went though, because there was some good subject matter and good conversation, and got to see a couple people I know, and kind of spent a little bit of time talking with them, and yeah, I actually picked up a little bit of information that I didn't really know before. So the thing about outwintering and feeding hay out on pasture, I didn't know this before, but I guess every ton of hay that you put down and put out in your fields is worth $100 worth of nutrients and fertility. There's another spot where they were bedding down, or at least standing. They got this all beat down here, which is good. They knocked down some of this dead brush in here. It's going to leave more room for this Reed's canary to grow. And then we get into another drought situation, or dry spell I should call it. We shouldn't call it a drought, we should call it a dry spell. This will be primo feed down in here for cattle when it's dry. They'll be able to get in here without getting it mucked up too bad, and this Reed's canary just like rocket fuel for them. They really like it. I don't know about anybody else's cattle, but mine love it. I don't know if I've just conditioned them to that or what, but yeah. So this will be a real nice spot for late summer grazing. I think it's going to be an awful spot for calving. I don't think I want them anywhere near here for calving. Could you imagine looking for a calf in this stuff when the Reed's canary's 3 feet tall? I don't know. I don't think I want them anywhere near here while we're calving. That would be, yeah, that'd just be spend all day looking for a calf, I think. And you'd still never find it. But I got a hard enough time finding them in the tall grass. I'd usually walk right up, step right over top of them, and don't even see them. But yeah, so here's kind of their main area they've been hanging out in. It's closest to the pasture here, the open area, I should say. So they kind of just come in here and warm up, and then you know, the sun's right there right now, but during the day the sun is all coming all right like that. So this is like direct sun right here, so if the wind's blowing, they can stand here in the sun. Boy, they can really stay warm. We had that 30 below zero and the sun was out. They were all lined up. They're all lined up along this edge here, staying warm, soaking up the sun. Hell, had their rumens facing the sun and just staying warm. So I guess I want to show you that barn because it has to go with providing your animals with the best opportunity to perform well, to have maximum performance. And I mean, yeah, they could probably handle being out in the open right now. It's not really, you know, that cold. I mean, yeah, I could probably have them locked out there and they could be in the wind and struggle, but now they're just like, as opposed to being out in the wind, they're real comfortable here right now. They're just lounging around. Nobody's getting real worried about anything. They're just eating their hay I gave them. I rolled out 2 bales of hay this morning. Started one here and rolled it down that way, and then I started another one down there and came this way a little bit further out, and everybody's, oh, somebody's want to come say hi. Come say hi. Hi there. I'm trying to tame this one down. She's just a beautiful little girl. I want to see what she looks like at the end of next summer after she's getting a little older and matured. But this is a 50-50 British White South Pole cross here, and she's pretty much a carbon copy of her mama. She's obviously not going to get as big as her. Where's her mama? That one in the middle right there with the big tank, that's her mama. So she's got almost the identical look to her mama, but I know she's going to be at least 1 or 2 frame sizes smaller, being that she's sired by one of these small frame bulls that we got, these small frame South Poles. And she's just such a nice little girl. I got to pet her the other day. She came up to me and was licking on me and stuff, and now she's just been kind of curious about me since then. So I'm trying to tame her down a little bit. Her mom, I can walk right up to her mom and pet her too. She's real gentle. But yeah, back to the performance here. So instead of them out in the open, you know, struggling to stay warm with the wind whipping on them and everything, they were back here, and we've got the food right here for them. They don't have, you know, it's a little bit breezy out where they are. We can walk out there in a minute, but we got it right up close. They can come up to the tree line, get out of the wind, rest. Yeah, they're really that's another advantage of unrolling hay. It's because you can do it in a different spot every day, and you can kind of see what the weather conditions are like for that day, and you can kind of, you know, adjust how you're going to feed for that day by the way the weather is. Like yesterday, we didn't have any wind and it was warm, so I unrolled that hay up by the center line fence up there, and so they fed up there most of the day yesterday. And I don't know if they've gone up for water today. I broke it open this morning. I think they have, but I noticed a bunch of spots back in the brush there where they've been licking on the snow. I guess if that's what they want to do, there's plenty of fresh water right there. It's open. They can get as much as they want. But I think they're choosing I think they're just choosing to eat snow, I guess. And sheep, you hear everybody say sheep don't drink water hardly. They'll drink it, but they can really get by with very little water. See, there's the wind now. I can probably hear the wind. But talking about having good animal performance, you want to go into the winter with some nice fat on their tails, and want them to have some pretty good, you know, pretty good body fat on them so they can stay warm. I don't know if up here that's quite a bit more important, I think, because we got such a crazy climate here. That ram, man. And it's a little more of a chore to get through winter for them. We're right here, so let's take a look. So I just dumped out a new bag of sodium bicarbonate today. It's the third bag now I've fed out. They're going through it. I mean, you can see that this mineral and this salt has been in here as long. Well, this salt I guess I refilled after the first bag of sodium bicarbonate, but that mineral's been in there since the first bag, and you can see they're hitting on this sodium bicarbonate a lot more than the mineral or the salt. So that tells me they needed it quite a bit, and I think I'm going to try to stick with that program all the time. It just seems like, I don't know, it's been helping them quite a bit. All of them have been doing way better. I still got one with a little bit of a messy tail, but not like before. I mean, it's just loose manure, fairly loose manure. It's not like spraying out like water like it was, because that was just like terrible. But I think we're over that, and getting on moving forward here. So we're getting a bunch of carbon put down. You can see we're getting a ton of manure put down, pointing right into the sun now. Oh look, there goes one to get a drink right now. Maybe a bunch more will follow. But yeah, so we're just kind of starting back here. Ideally, it'd be nice to start feeding hay at the water point and then work our way out so that they are trampling the hay down as they're going back and forth. And that's kind of what the plan's going to be when it warms up a little bit more and the wind's not whipping so fast. But right now we're just kind of feeding here, so they got a little bit of break from the wind. I mean, you can see we got a nice brush line there on the north. That's north up there, and then that's west over here. It's a northwest wind. You should see it whipping out on the highway right now. It's horrible. I just came from town, and it's whipping across the highway quite a bit. It's pretty nasty out. But out here, it's not bad at all. I think they're actually kind of cozy. I'm warm right now. I got an extra layer on from this morning. I came out here underdressed this morning. But yeah, I think all the calves are looking pretty good. We got our ewes are looking nice. I think we're gonna have some real nice ewe lambs to sell this year. This is the one that's still got sort of some runny poop, but you can see it. Her tail's pretty dry, except for just right up on the base of it there. But her tail switch is real. I mean, way better than it was. It was like a big old club on there, big old volleyball size ball. And yeah, these rams are starting to get some better condition on them now. Like, I don't know, I've mentioned in a couple videos before that I don't do as good a job with the rams as I do with the ewes and cows, because it's a secondary operation and my time is limited, so I don't always get them moved when I want to, and they're not on the best feed all the time, and they're getting run pretty hard. But I guess an advantage to that is if you're running your rams hard, the poor doers will show themselves quite quickly, and then you'll be able to make decisions from there. You got some really good looking ram lambs. After running them hard, you can kind of feel good about them probably being a pretty good ram for your flock, because looks like we still got some cycling going on here. I think I was a little late getting the rams in, and now we're gonna probably have a month or so long lambing seasons, which, whatever, I guess. Someday we'll get it right. But yeah, if you run your rams a little harder, it kind of exposes them a little to a little more harsh conditions, and kind of weeds out the weak ones. So, but no, back here it's real nice. Everybody's looking in real good shape. There's my three-legged ewe. Everybody's wondering why I got a limper. Well, she's only got 3 feet. So, but boy, she puts out some nice lambs, and she's not a liability. She keeps up with everybody. She's real good at tucking it under when she goes to bed, and pretty nice sheep, actually. I really kind of like her. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of check in and show you guys what we got going on, give you a little barn tour over here. I know I did a video on our quote-unquote barn over at Maxine's, and this farm's got a real nice barn, real big one. So that's kind of what this is about. And then talking about keeping your animals in a situation for success, and being able to adapt to what's going on and kind of make changes on the fly, and yeah. So, but I suppose I don't know if I'm making any sense here at all or not. I'm gonna have to watch this back and see if it's even any good to even publish. But yeah, Jersey girl's doing good. and everybody's doing way better than they were 2 weeks ago. So yeah, but all right, I'm gonna cut out of here. They're up getting water now, and everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching.